Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We've got a ton going on here at Spirit Blade Productions and Christian Geek Central, including our in-depth Bible study for geeks, movie, game, and other entertainment reviews or commentary, live streams, Christian geek news, original audio dramas, and tons more. And on top of all that, you can become a Spirit Blade insider with an influential voice and get access to exclusive content and rewards. It's your involvement as a patron that will keep all of this going and growing, so I want to thank you for your consideration in that. For more information, please check out our Patreon page through the link below at patreon.com/spiritbladeproductions. Thanks for listening. You know, one thing I need to do, I do need to drink more water. All right. Any more condensed carbon? Maybe I just need to go after the regular carbon. Is that the lesson here? Might be. Because all this is some yummy carbon, right? Oh, no, that's selenium. I don't think I need that. Ooh, here's some condensed carbon, though. Pure ferrite, that's good. I can always use some of that. Oh wait, what was that? Something... Oh, that's carbon. Good. I could get this while I'm at it. I think that sugar's crashing me a little bit. Those Skittles were good, though. Let's see, Rugged Warrior says, so the Spider-Man PS4 added a new ultra-hard difficulty, and I'm actually finding it rather easy. Show off. I, conversely, complained in my trial and error review of Spider-Man that I felt like the easy difficulty was too difficult. But I actually found, I think it was two other like editors of main outlets, like the GameSpot, IGN, Variety, that felt the same way. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not a complete freak. Oops.
Technology recharge.
I'm sure that's disappointing, though, for those who are wanting a challenge, to find the difficulty on something to be easy. So that's a bit of a bummer. All right. Nice.
Thermal protection falling.
Oof, I might have to switch over to something that's a little less passive. Let's see here. All right, I will... Oh, crap.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
All right, I will roll one more time on the +2 page of mini topics. Give me something to blab about. And then next time I hit a slump, I will switch to a different game. 13, 14, so 15... Okay. Barbells and Joysticks, you still here? I just hit your question. YouTube user Barbells and Joysticks asked, what are your dream travel destinations? Mine are New Zealand and the British Islands. That's... there would have been a time when I would totally have been on top of, like, yes, New Zealand or Australia. Why? Because Farscape was made in Australia. And I don't know if there's any chance that there'd be some remnant of sets or something, or some locations I could go to where they shot certain episodes. Oh man, that's putting me in the mood to watch some Farscape right now. But, you know, I like the Lord of the Rings movies. Not the Hobbit movies. I like Lord of the Rings movies. But not enough that, like, that was going to be, you know, be something I'd be hugely excited about. But... yeah, New Zealand and the British Isles. Okay, totally. The British Isles, because I don't know geography at all. But Scotland. I would be very interested in going to Scotland and Japan. Scotland, really just because I'm a fan of the Highlander TV series, and it would be cool to just visit some things associated with the lore of, you know, the Highlander franchise. Castles and stuff like that, you know, it'd be kind of cool. And if not for the language barrier concerns, maybe more than Scotland, I would be interested in going to Japan. I just, you know, especially early in my kind of like interest in games in high school and college, I was just like Mr. JRPG guy, you know? And, you know, enjoying so many of those games, you get to know certain little idiosyncrasies about the culture, about the values there, and, hey, did I hit a milestone? Survival thing? I bet I did. Yes! So I'd really love to, if I could get over the language barrier somehow, just go over there and just kind of like soak in that culture and just like try to figure some things out about it. It's a really interesting culture to me. Yeah, there's just I have a lot of questions, and yeah. And I think it would be really cool also to visit some of the stores that are there that are specialized for game franchises that you would never see stores for here. Restaurants that are themed around video games. Yeah, I think that could be a really interesting trip. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I am such a homebody. I doubt I would ever, you know, push Holly to be like, hey, do you wanna do this? Should we start saving up for this trip? You know. I'm good. I'm fine.
Extreme temperature detected.
Oh, it did say that Rugged Warrior was the... Didn't it say Rugged Warrior, Rugged something? That's the milestone? Nice, Rugged Warrior. I didn't even... Went right past me. Oh, boy. Oh, are these things made of carbon? Yes, okay, let's hang out here for a little while. What? Carbon and selenium. No, I don't need selenium. Oops, I'm overcharging that. Or overheating it. Okay. Probably time to change it up. This is like... I'm starting to feel... I mean, I often catch a second wind around like 9 or 10. So it makes sense right now that I'm like... It's 2:25 my time, and this is the time of day that I kind of hit a little bit of a slump or a wall. It's about the time of day I pick up my boys from school, and when I get back, I'm like, blur, you know. So I'm not alarmed that I'm feeling this way right now, but it does remind me of the point that I reach in Extra Life, usually around 10 or so, when I'm just like, okay, everybody in the chat, just know that I'm probably not going to be talking near as much going forward. I'm just going to kind of get in the groove, do my thing, and keep it going, you know? Rugged Warrior says there's a hike in LA that goes to an old abandoned Nazi compound from the 30s, 40s. I want to check that out someday soon. Really interesting. A Nazi compound in LA? I am totally curious. Alright, back to base. Last year when I did Extra Life, it was actually really cool because I could play podcast games with podcasts on. You know, I mean, I obviously can't do that while I'm streaming. Otherwise, I wouldn't say anything to you guys at all. And my mind would totally be elsewhere. But once the stream failed last year, one side effect was, that was kind of nice for me, is like I was able to turn on other live streams that I wanted to watch, that I usually watch once they're recorded after the fact, of people doing Extra Life. I like the Game Informer's live stream of Extra Life. So that was kind of nice. And I didn't zone out while playing a game like this, like I'm wanting to do right now. Alright, so getting out of the ships is what saves your game in this game, so... let's change it up! Gosh. Yeah, that might be enough. Let's do some Pillars of Eternity. This has that kind of classic real-time with pause gameplay that I enjoy so much. It's not always as fluid feeling as I'd like on gamepad, but it's about as fluid as you could get outside of, say, Dragon Age Origins. They did a really nice job of porting this to console. Of course, now Obsidian is really close to being bought by Microsoft. It's not a for sure thing that I know of as I record this, but if that goes through, undoubtedly Obsidian's games going forward will be Microsoft exclusives, which would be for PC and Xbox consoles, but not for PlayStation, not for any kind of PlayStation consoles, I can imagine. Which is a little bit of a bummer, because I am looking forward to playing Pillars of Eternity 2, which, who knows when this deal goes down. Pillars of Eternity 2 is supposed to be coming to consoles this December. I don't know. Usually something like that, a deal like that, they're not going to make drastic shifts like that. Like if they've been prepping it to be launched on PS4, and that we're this close to it now, and the purchase hasn't gone through, then even if Microsoft were to buy them in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I would think that they would still sell Pillars of Eternity 2 on PS4, but I don't know. So, yeah, as far as Xbox goes, I said around E3 that they don't have anything, that Xbox doesn't have anything for me. I really should have put "yet" in that title, because, as I said in the video where I talked about Xbox, they're doing a lot of stuff right now to lay the groundwork for a much more competitive future, at least competitive for my dollars. And so I can actually envision myself buying an Xbox console, a new Xbox console in the future, which I never would have imagined that after what happened with my 360 and how that failed repeatedly, and just was not reliable hardware. I did buy the most recent model of 360 in the end, because I wanted to have a model that would last as long as it could and play all the games that I have from that library, but I pretty much vowed to never buy another console from Xbox outside of that, and that may change. That said, I still suspect it would just be like a secondary purchase. Like, I would first prioritize buying a PS4 console, and I would just then be diligent about saving up so that I could, if I wanted to, buy an Xbox console to get to play the games that are exclusive to that. Gamma James says, really looking forward to playing Pillars of Eternity. I just got Divinity Original Sin, though, so I got to finish that first. Yeah, I have Divinity Original Sin on PS4 also. I did a trial and error review of that a while back, and there were definitely elements of that I enjoyed, but it's a little bit too tactical for what I want to do at the end of a workday. And there's no way to mitigate that by grinding to make your guys more powerful, so you don't have to think as hard, about your turns, because you can't grind in that game. But man, if that weren't the case, I would be all over that game because there was so much great stuff going on. All right, now let's zoom out. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. Oh, I need to change my buttons back. Oh, there it is. How do you pause this?
Aspect worth and wrath. Aspect worth and wrath. Aspect.
Oh, still kicking. There we go. Yeah, I've played through this entire game on PC already, because there just seemed to be no plans in sight for it to come to console. And I did enjoy it, but I'm enjoying it more the second time around, just because of being able to play it on gamepad with a UI that's built for gamepad. That's important too.
Aspect worth and wrath. That's not very helpful.
Alright, let's try something that is helpful. There we go. Well, come on, everybody. What are you waiting for? There we go. Let's see, where's the... isn't there a quick save option? No? Okay, guess not. Oh, drink some more water. I want to try and finish this bottle. Okay. Anybody digging on any TV shows lately? I have been exploring some offerings from Amazon lately. Recently got into a show called Patriot, which is a slow burn. It's quirky and slow-moving, but it has an interesting balance of drama and weird, quirky comedy that I'm really growing to enjoy. It's kind of a... it's basically about an undercover government operative, like CIA operating on foreign soil. But he's like burned out and maybe has like some PTSD, which is played for both serious drama and at times for odd comedy and stuff. And it's just really interesting. It's really interesting. Gamma James asks, how would you rank the PS4 since having it? It looks like one of the best consoles in a long time. Gosh, that's a good question. I hadn't really thought about that. Yeah, it might, now that you mention it, it might be my favorite console of all time. I think I am more frequently having experiences that I really love on this console than any console prior to it. Yeah. But part of that isn't necessarily the console. I've been changing as a gamer, too. I mean, there are certain types of games I never would have gotten into. Would be 4 years ago at the first Extra Life. This is my 5th Extra Life. So 4 years ago was the first time I ever played BioShock. And that was kind of a revelation to me, and opened me up to considering all kinds of games that I'd never even thought I could touch before without just failing miserably at. But difficulty settings in modern games make it possible for even someone with my crappy skills to find games that mainstream games, action games even, that they enjoy and are able to see through from beginning to end.
Thank you.
All right. Good work, team. Ooh, gotta level up. Wait a minute, I'm doing this wrong. There we go. That's right, no, wrong. Hater, come on, there we go. Level up. This is something that's a little harder to do when I'm not at my peak focus. Stealth, survival. I kind of want to boost stealth as much as I can. Ugh, man. Trains the ranger's animal companion of his attack. This guy to double damage, penetrate damage reduction of each hit. Hmm. Man, I don't know. I'll just do this one. No. I thought I was... Let's see. There we go. Aww. I don't think I need that right now. Crap. Okay, I can't stay in this game. The combat was fine, but it's getting into the menus now. I can't, like, gotta think about stats and moving things around, and I gotta get into something that's more action-y. Alright. Gamma James says, I watched the Castlevania anime recently. Nice to see a serious adaptation of a video game franchise, but wasn't expecting the very mature content. I haven't seen any of it myself. I've been curious, but I haven't checked it out. Done! Alright. I'm going to refill this and hit the bathroom, and then come back and decide what to play next. Okay. Something a little more intense. Did the chair give you an answer, Rugged Warrior? Let's see here. Rugged Warrior said, "Hi, Pater's chair. How are you doing today?" Let's do some Ghost Recon Wildlands. So I gotta take this out. Oops, wrong controller. Ah, dang it. The timing was off on my video. Maybe not enough for you guys to notice, but man, that's gonna annoy me. Alright, I think we're all good. Alright, heads up for those watching with families or those sensitive to violence or language. This game is rated M. For mature, you can get more information about this and any other games ratings by going to esrb. I think it's org or com. You can scroll down and see. I put a link to it in my show notes, but gonna be some blood and some swearing in this one. This was my favorite game of last year. Really took me by surprise, really discovered it late in 2017. And, oof, wow, it just really surprised me. It's just that Ubisoft formula of exploring worlds and upgrading your guys and tackling missions and stuff the way you want to tackle them. I mean, holy cow. Good freaking times. Ooh, I left my drinks over there. Ooh. All right. Let's go get some stuff. Take out some bad guys.
Go ahead, I'll catch up.
Okay. I love the motorcycles in this game. Just kind of ridiculous what you can ramp over. I am, like, I would like Ubisoft to make an open world Western game. I know that people are going to be all about how great and revolutionary Red Dead Redemption 2 is, but I like the way Ubisoft makes open worlds and how, especially in the last handful of years, they've made those open world experiences more forgiving and more adaptable to players of lower skill level like myself. And I just feel more empowered in Ubisoft games than I do in Rockstar games. Like, I've tried to play Grand Theft Auto 5 a couple of times. And even with cheat codes, like the cheat codes they put in the game that you can get access to, I mean, I don't mind them disabling trophies, fine, whatever. I just want to get through the story and enjoy the story, the world, where is it? Right above me, huh?
We got tangos, danger close.
And, man, I just felt like... I felt like my character in Grand Theft Auto 5 was just moving like molasses, and everything was, and then I've heard Red Dead Redemption 2 is even slower in every respect of game design. And I much prefer kind of a more loosey-goosey approach to realism.
Think we're all clear, man.
Unlimited encumbrance, and able to run maybe faster than a real person could actually run, but, not grossly so.
Unidad bird on patrol. Watch out.
Unidad headed this way.
I just feel empowered. I feel like a powerful character in Ubisoft games and in, like, the Saints Row games, and I just don't at all in Rockstar games like Grand Theft Auto. I tried Grand Theft Auto 4 once upon a time also. And also I have issues with the mission structure. And Ubisoft has learned, I think, that players don't like timed missions or insta-fail stealth missions where if you're spotted, you instantly fail and it's over. But Grand Theft Auto, both 4 and 5 were still having those kinds of missions. And I'm like, ugh. And Red Dead Redemption 1. I played that during my first Extra Life stream. I got as far as one mission where I had to keep up with a woman riding with her on a horse, and if I fell behind too far, the mission fails and I have to start completely over again. That happened to me once, and I was like, I'm done. Granted, it was also really late at night in that marathon, but I don't think I would have lasted much longer if I'd had, been fully rested. I just don't have any patience for that kind of gameplay. But I like the Western aesthetic, the Western setting, so I'm hoping Ubisoft will, try to jump on that bandwagon and create an experience that I would actually find far more enjoyable than Red Dead Redemption. Oh, I should be using my drones. See, I'm trying to multitask. And not doing so well at it. Let's go back out here. Let's duck and let's drone. Drone, baby, drone. Oops, come on now. Are there no bad guys at all in this area? Oh, crazy. I'm sneaking for no reason. Gamma James asks, have you played Ghost Recon Shadow Wars for 3DS? It's a tactical RPG set in the Ghost Recon universe. No. Oh, that's right. I was like, why haven't I heard of this? 3DS games aren't on my radar. I don't have a 3DS. I've got a Nintendo DS Lite, and I bought that specifically so I could play Game Boy Advance games and DS games, but I can't play 3DS games. I'm really not a handheld gamer. The only reason I've ever gotten handhelds in the past, ever, was to play games that were not available on home console. But I really want to play on a TV, sitting in a comfortable chair, with the screen, you know, not in my hands. So... But that sounds cool. I hope that Ubisoft just keeps taking things in the RPG kind of direction, and I'm looking forward to... I would love to see an announcement for a new Ghost Recon Wildlands at, you know, this coming summer's E3. I think there's a decent chance of that. And yeah, you say that you were surprised that something like that existed. That is surprising to me too. Or at least it would have been before playing Ghost Recon Wildlands.
This will go nice with my boots.
Excuse me.
We'll leave a marker so the rebels can pick up these supplies later.
Let's see. Oh, there's one more. Where's this?
Weapons down, gentlemen. We're not trying to scare anybody here.
Well, I need to use my weapon to find to supplies that I can tag. And besides that, I'm not a gentleman. I am a lady. Thank you very much. So I will do with my weapon as I wish. I'm not gonna take it. No, I'm not gonna take it. You stay late enough. That's just the hintest shadow of the kookiness to come in the late night hours. Alright, I don't think there's anything else here, guys. New location. Ooh, let's take this big, cumbersome truck. That looks like fun to drive.
Let's go.
Let's go. Wait a minute, hold the phone. Can I drive this tractor? I can, and I shall.
I'm cool, let's move.
Nice. Excuse me. Oh, can I not fit through there? Okay, I'll try something different. Oh, come on. I don't think that's that secure. Here we go. Oops. Rugged Warrior asks, do you think Nintendo will make another handheld system, or is the Switch going to cover both for them? Well, I should first say that I would never pretend to be any kind of like a video game analyst. I just don't know the industry well enough to kind of predict trends and stuff like that. So this is just your dude buddy on the couch spouting off about this. And with only that kind of knowledge base, I would say... Well, let me see what Gamma James says first on the subject. I can see Nintendo keep making a budget 2DS model, while the Switch will be their flagship mobile home console hybrid. Yeah, that makes sense to me. A budget 2DS. And I can even imagine a scenario where they make some kind of different version of the Switch. And I've heard this from people that know stuff that I don't, you know, like actual outlets, video game news outlets. They could see a scenario where they make something, you know, like there's a question of will they ever make a non-docked or are a Switch that can only be docked. Like, it's not portable. And so, therefore, it's cheaper because you don't have the screen. It's always docked, you know. I don't know if that would help them in any way or not, but I can imagine kind of like iterations on the Switch in some way. Oh, I gotta stop. Would they make one that doesn't dock? Like, it's only handheld? I don't know. So that's really up in the air. Nintendo really isn't on my radar because they're just not making or hosting the kinds of games that either A, I want to play, or that I want to play and can't already play elsewhere, you know? So I don't really have a personal affection for Nintendo properties like Mario or anything else, Zelda. So a lot of news from Nintendo kind of goes in one ear and out the other, except for, you know, maybe like hardware type news. That can sometimes be interesting to me. Like Nintendo Labo was very interesting. I'm more interested in them on a meta level. Like, why are they making the decisions they're making, rather than being interested in them on the level of like, boy, I wonder if they're going to make something that'll be interesting to me, because I really doubt they will. So, I'm probably like the last person to ask that to get any kind of a worthwhile prediction. But I will tell you this, it's always interesting. I'm always interested in kind of like at least getting the second-hand short version of Nintendo news. Oh, I need to hide and use my thing. Here it is. Who are you? Are you bad? No, you're good. You just caught up with bad people.
Got another tango. Got a third target.
This is an interesting game to play because it's... Ubisoft games like this and Far Cry are sometimes criticized for kind of like not being serious enough.
Enemy spotted.
Or having like a fake seriousness. And I'm not sure if those who criticize
Submachine guns.
Far Cry games or this game are seeing these games in the proper light. I don't think they're going for realism. I think they're going for movie realism. Like, what do movies do in the, you know, military espionage genre or military black ops genre of storytelling? What are the tropes there, and what do they feel like? What kinds of things do they say? And
Tango marked. He's a little close to
it's serious, but only movie serious, you know, as opposed to really going for realism. And I think if you see it in that light,
That's 10.
I mean, I don't know. When I see it in that light, I can certainly appreciate the vibe, and it's got a nice quote-unquote serious vibe for me. I don't find it to be, you know, ridiculous. I might find it to be like, you know, a little like, oh, that doesn't seem real, or that's silly, or that's... But it's more like, oh, that's very movie-like, rather than, oh, that's so fake, or whatever, you know. Okay, is that everybody? I think so.
Demo is primed and in place.
Rugged Warrior says, of course, the Switch has more games I'm interested in than the Xbox One does. Yeah, that's totally what it comes down to for me, is what kind of games are you into? What console has the majority of those, you know? Or if not games, then features, you know? Like, I think that between Xbox and PS4, the race is much closer for people who play games that have heavy online components. Because I think that even though PS4 has made some big strides, from what I hear, in online gaming, I think Xbox still, from all accounts I've heard, has the superior infrastructure, and it just works better. It's just more conducive to online gaming. And likewise, if you're into features like the best graphics you can possibly get on a console, then Xbox One is going to be where you're going to want to go. But I've never been like super into graphics.
Chopper incoming. Roger that. Moving. Civilians in the area. Check your targets. We got civilians all over the place. Roger.
For me, it's about the exclusive games. Like what system has games I want to play I can't play anywhere else. Ooh, sniper.
Let me get a good
Okay,
sight.
you go do that.
Target marked.
I love that feature in single player in this game. So cool. I mean, this game gives me that feeling of those Black Ops military thrillers,
Roger. Let me get in position. Target acquired. I need a better position. Copy. Changing target. I've got it to go. Got him.
Oh, missed.
¡A partir de la madre con todo! ¡Vamos a enseñarles quién manda! ¡Disparen!
They're coming this way. What do you want us to do?
Fucking hell.
Oh. Oh. Not quite.
I'm opening fire on these shitheads.
Nice work.
It's a Santa Blanca commendation. Those Sicarios will be missing this.
Oh, he went up? No. All right. I think we're clear.